Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SSL Pro Season 3. We'll be your commentator today, Lord Cranial. Looks like today we'll be covering Groups B and Group C from the first stage, or the Group Stage 1. I apologize, I am all over the place today. So we got some bangers lined up today. But before we hop into that, we do have one more thing that we need to cover, and that is the winners and deciders for Group A. For those who don't remember, let's see. Rostock actually managed to take out Geralt in a 2-0 fashion. Nicorakt crushed Lewis. And in the lower, Geralt fought his way back, taking out Lewis 2-0. So that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the winners match of Group A. Hope you guys are having a fantastic afternoon or night wherever you're coming from. I did catch the end of the British Cup there, which was just an absolute blast to see. Really well done by the players there. I cannot believe that I actually went to Game 7. That being said, let's go ahead and hop into this. Spawning in the top right-hand side of Ancient Cistern, it is Nicorakt. And on the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, give it up for Rostock. I suppose while we do have a minute while our players macro up here and get started, I want to go ahead and drop into the chat. Definitely check out our Ko-Fi page if you ever get an opportunity to. If you'd like to cost us a couple of dollars for the tournaments, it'd be much appreciated. Also, we do still have DXRacer as a sponsor. Check them out if you're in the market for a new gaming share. We're already getting saucy right off the bat. Nicorakt dropping that proxy racks there. Double gas. Now, we'll admit, I am a little bit rusty with some of the builds. I've been taking a little bit of a break from StarCraft 2 over the past couple of months, so my build knowledge isn't great. I'm imagining we're seeing 2 gases, so I'm expecting we're going to see a proxy factory here in just a second. Rostock kind of doing a fairly standard build, nothing too crazy. Up and down the pylons. Natural will be coming up here in a second. He is aware, though, that the barracks is not in the normal position. Should be some alarm bells going off there. Oh, Rostock does not care. Rostock's just going to go ahead and throw down a natural. Absolutely telling Nicorakt right now, I do not care what you're doing. Maybe you should, though. Reaper on the way now. Second Reaper will be coming out soon. Factory went down at home. You have the Zealot that is going to really not affect... Ooh, almost cornering the Reaper there. Poor guy's winded. Just like, oh, please, just come here so I can punch you in the face. Reaper is going to get out in time. I'm actually surprised we didn't see a bunker go down. We didn't see, like, a block or anything. Rostock's going to keep a couple of units at the top of the ramp. Yeah, this should be more than enough to kick those guys out. The other side of the map, we are sticking on one base, and a starport's on the way. Interesting stuff. Rostock going for the Twilight Council. So I'm assuming that the plan here is just we're going to get a couple of Hellions out, and nope, it's going to be just a big old mine drop. Reapers are still continuing to harass the front here, bouncing themselves around a little bit. Yeah, Rostock did a pretty good job of making sure these Reapers aren't going to get anything done, really. I don't even think at this point Nicorect has even spotted the Twilight Council. He's just kind of poking the front there. We do have the armory on the way now for Nicorect. So these are going to be cloak mines. Rostock's Robo coming up soon. Alright, so these definitely will not be cloak mines by the time... oh no, actually maybe this will time out pretty well. Actually, Rostock might be in a little bit of trouble here. Nicorect expanding behind this. I'm actually excited to see what these do. Oh yeah, this does time out pretty well. Grabbing a Liberator behind that. Oh lord. Dropping all 4 into the main base. Ooh. Actually kind of a sick amount of damage there. 8 probes going down before the 5-minute mark. Bit painful for the Protoss player there. The Reapers are going to come in and get a little bit of damage done as well. Nice body block there. Wow, bringing the total to 11 workers killed. I mean, granted, Nicorect definitely had a very aggressive, tech-oriented opening, but it's definitely paying off dividends right now. Rostock going for a Warp Prism, wanting to get a little bit of revenge here. Another big drop here at the natural. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, another 10 go down. I feel like if this happens on ladder, you kind of just quit out and go to the next game. Just like, nah, I can't do it. Unfortunately, Rostock doesn't really have anything that can deal with these. Sending out a big counter push here. Is Nicorect actually prepared for this? We do have a bunker in the natural, but that's really about it. Another 8 probes, or yeah, 8 probes just went down. Oh boy. Yeah, I think Rostock seemed a little conflicted there, sending the Stalkers back for just a second, but then continuing to push forward. It's gonna get away again. The Liberator now here, but Rostock does have a chance to get some damage done. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do it here. Now that the siege tank's here, especially. Quick scan's going to confirm that the Stalkers are heading into the main base. There is an opportunity for Rostock to get a little bit of damage done. Going straight for the siege tank, managing to take it out. That's the kind of the anchor point here for Nicorect. I think more probes just went down. There's only a couple of SCVs here and a couple of Marines trying to really mitigate all of the damage here. And yeah, it looks like the Stalkers really are just going to kind of be uncontested here. There are a couple of Marines still left, but with the blink micro and everything, I don't think there's actually really that much. Yeah, this is just a bunch of workers. Really big counterpunch here from Rostock. There will be a siege tank popping up now, so it's a chance for Nicorect to continue to hold. Rostock down to 10 probes now. Oh my goodness. And we're completely back to early game with our economies. Alright, nice blink micro here. Managing to pick off a couple of Marines. Staying far away from the siege tank. Or at least trying to, I guess. Nicorect forced to abandon this natural base. Fantastic stuff out of Rostock here. I gotta say, I'm rather impressed. And continuing to deny any mining from this base. Actually, almost had an opportunity to take it out. Nicorect trying to protect the natural here. Actually manages to take out all the Stalkers. GG's going to be called. Nicorect's going to take game number 1. For a second there, I thought Rostock had it, but I think all the probe damage that was continuing to happen at home was just too much for him. Good game, though. Alright, we'll go ahead and hop into game number 2 here. We now find ourselves on Gresvin, spawning in the top left-hand side. It is Nicorakt. And on the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, give it up for Rostock. Gotta be honest with you, in that last match I thought Nicorakt was going to fold there, but he really did not. He just didn't crack under the pressure. Scouting probe being sent out now. Fairly standard builds out of both players. Alright, Rostock's about to see that Nicorakt decided to keep the barracks at home this time. Actually, I am excited, or I do want to see what Nicorakt's plan is for this map in particular. Going straight into Marine. Alright, Rostock being a little bit annoying with the probe. So I'm assuming this is gonna be 3 racks, right? I feel like that would fit for the map. It is a fairly small distance from natural to natural. Bunker going down at the natural. Yep. Second barracks coming online. Ooh, going Twilight Council again. Rostock wanting to get that gateway aggression out and about. Oh, actually 2-on-1 this time. Okay. Not a super common build, but a lot of high level players have been favoring it. Fortunately, Rostock's really not going to get a lot of information. These buildings are tucked far back enough to really keep him from getting any of that information. The only thing he's going to see is a bunch of Marines popping out. He's grabbing the shield battery, though. Blink on the way. So Rostock will have a decent number of Blink Stalkers out whenever these medevacs start to come by. Hey, there it is. The Adepts are bleeding again. I guess the Executors have been cheaping out on some of their units' teleportation devices. They're not being sent home anymore. They're being sent to the grave. 2 medevacs on the way. Getting that 3rd racks. Tech lab. So we're going to have a follow-up tank push here. Nice number of stalkers here for Rostock. The question is going to be if Rostock even gets to see this coming. He knows there's a lot of Marines on the map. Observer's going to go in. See that something is amiss. There's no army here anymore. There's an Immortal coming out. Where are the Stalkers? Oh, the Stalkers are being moved away. I feel like this is might have been a little bit of a mistake from Rostock. These medevacs are going to get in here and just lay down some absolute hellfire. Here we go. Marines are going to be engaging into the Stalkers there. Nice blink backs, but a lot of probes are going to go down, unfortunately. Ooh, Nicorette actually does lose one of the medevacs. Actually, is this whole thing going to get... Yeah, this whole thing's going to get cleaned up. 15 probes do go down, but at the cost of 2 full medevacs. I actually don't know if that's the best trade. I'm not super familiar with how 2-on-1 should work versus Protoss, mostly because every time I try to do it, I just get absolutely slapped down hard. But I feel like you should keep at least one of those medevacs alive just to be like, hey, I'm here and I can drop in your base at any time. Rostock going to be jumping directly into the... Ooh. Are you? No, I guess not. Actually, good, probably for the best. Rostock trying to engage. Ooh, actually does manage to take out the Observer there. Despite the hit to his economy, Rostock is still up 10 probes. Nicorette continuing just to really set up for this next push and then build behind it. We do have the 3rd base coming up fairly soon, as well as barracks 4 and 5. Chasing these Stalkers across the map. Stalkers are going to be able to kind of just like poke away. It's really what Stalkers are great at, just poking. Robo facility is about halfway done. So we're not going to see any Colossi or Disruptors anytime soon to actually deal with this. But lots of charge lots. Definitely will put the kibosh on this. Nicorette with the big pickup sacrifices the tank. I don't know if you actually call that a sacrifice, but it's dead. Medevacs are going to be chilling up in the corner of the map here. It looks like Rostock actually wants to go for the clap back here. I don't actually blame him. There's not a ton of units here. But at the same time, Rostock's units are kind of just spread out across the map. Well, okay, here we go. We do have the full reinforce here. Nice Widow Mine's going to take out a couple of those Zealots. Also, we do have Concussive on the Marauders, so this is going to slow down the Zealots a little bit. The Zealots are going to continue pushing back the bio, and it looks like Nicorette's 3rd base is not long for this world. The clapback is real. Actually manages to take out the command center too. That's big. That's big for Rostock. I think at this point, Nicorette's only option now is to just go for a big... You just got to go for another big timing, and that's probably the only thing you have left. Looking... It's not great. It's not great. Maybe a 2-2 timing on 5 racks. Oh, there's only 1 NG bay. We're actually pulling the boys and just going for the timing now. +1/+1. Plenty of Widow Mines. Plenty of boys. SCVs really need a workers unit so that Terrans will stop doing this kind of stuff. Alright, charging up the ramp into a heavily armed Protoss army is not the greatest choice. Really nice force fields there, blocking out a lot of these Terran units. Zealots absolutely shredding away Rostock with game 2. Rostock has been showing up for this tournament. I am actually really happy with him. Hello there, Gref. Welcome in. Rostock doing just an absolute... I don't know. I'm becoming a Rostock fanboy. I have to say it. After covering him for the Ukrainian Cup. Yeah, it was the Ukrainian Cup. Now, here in SSL Pro. I'm a believer. All right, here we are on the ace match. Royal Blood is the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand side of the map. Give it up for Nicorect. And on the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, it is Rostock. Do have something odd going on with this SCV. I wonder where you're going, bud. Actually, is that the normal path? That's not the normal path. This is a weird angle. What are you trying to do? Is this gonna be a proxy barracks? That's got to be another proxy barracks, right? All right, early block of the supply depot. Rostock unable to figure out what's going on here. Double gas. Yeah, I think this is gonna be 2X Reaper. It's gonna be my guess. I guess it could also be Marauders. Nope, we're gonna have Reapers on the way. That being said, Rostock is walling off the Reaper ramp here. And it looks like Rostock actually is not going to really pay this too much mind. We're not getting a Zealot. I think realistically that's actually for the best, because the Zealot's not really going to be able to do anything against a Reaper, as we saw in game 1. Just kind of slowly plod along behind it. Ask it politely to just kind of stop and consider the Zealots. What do I even want to say there? Speed of the Zealot can't catch it. Let's just stick with that. Also a proxy factory. Nicorect ups to some real shenanigans. Adept popping out. Might be able to catch this first Reaper. Oh yeah, absolutely catching this first Reaper. Oh, no. First Reaper's going to escape. Actually pretty big for Nicorect. So at this point we do have, do have 3 Reapers out on the field. Rostock going for the Twilight Council, grabbing a second Adept. Absolutely not a bad call. Nicorect grabbing a Hellion too. Really want to just kind of... This is like the ultimate worker killing crowd here. Nicorect trying to take out one of these Adepts. It could come close. Shield Battery is going to finish up though, so they're going to be able to fight these straight up now. Adept's going to be chasing down these Reapers. He's going to run into another Reaper and a Hellion. Actually, I think, yeah, with a nice bounce like that, Nicorect's now going to be able to play ball here with the Reaper Hellion. Continuing to just pump out Reaper Hellion here. It's Nicorect. You have the Shield Battery here and 1 Stalker. It's going to be questionable whether or not this is actually going to get a lot done. Rostock full walling here, making sure that it's difficult for these units to actually push in and get a lot of work kills. Ooh, actually pops a super battery. Pops a super battery to save a little bit of energy and give a little bit of time for this second battery to finish up. Starport on the way now for Nicorect at home, I believe. This is so many Terran units here. Nicorect really wanting to finish this off at this point. Pulling the Rostock's pulling the boys to try and block off at least some of these Reapers. Oh, this is going to get really tricky really quickly. Shield Battery does finish up, and Nicorect's going to have to back up. Rostock continuing to just kind of tech behind this, too. Alright, another Stalker is going to be hitting the field. We will have 2 gateways up here fairly soon, so we'll be able to reinforce a little bit better. Liberator now coming out for the Terran player, as well as 1 more Reaper. And we're lifting up, and we're heading home. It looks like Nicorect knows that his time's kind of over. Reapers try to jump in, but there's not really much that they can do at this point. Keeps a couple of Stalkers at the front just in case. Alright, so it looks like Nicorak's option here is to go into a 3-1-1. Grabbing that +1. Nicorak actually could... I don't know. Stalkers are now able to hunt down these last few Reapers. Ooh, Nicorak juggling the Liberator around there a little bit. Prevent from getting caught. Do we have Warp Gate charges? I'm not sure. Actually, no, I think we should have Warp Gate charges. We should be able to warp in and prevent this from getting too much damage done. Rostock is paying attention, is going to move the probes away. What? I'm sorry. I was paying attention to the wrong thing. Rostock, I didn't realize Rostock was just pushing in. Oh no. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't something that we normally do, but I am going to back it up. I do apologize, but I have to... I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Okay. Oh, there's just nothing here. There's just nothing here. Okay. That makes sense. Man, Rostock just absolutely... He's getting out of this group with 4... Getting out of this group 4-1. That's really impressive. Congratulations to Rostock. Alright, with that being said, we'll be hopping into the decider match now, where we will be seeing Geralt and Nicorak. Another TVP series. Should be fairly exciting. All right. Once again, Ancient Cistern. Let the trickling waters lull you into a false sense of security as your opponent cheeses you to death. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side of the map with the red Protoss pieces and representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Geralt. And on the other side of the map, the blue Terran pieces, it is Nicorak. One player will leave. Oh, we already got some cheesy business going on. One player will leave this match and move on to the second group stage. The other will be leaving the tournament entirely. Exciting times here at SSL Pro. I'm sorry, that was an early scout, right? Okay, no, it's an NG Bay block. Oh my goodness. Actually, I don't think Geralt saw that. Yeah, Geralt didn't see that. Interesting start from Nicorak. Alright, Geralt is well aware now. That NG Bay is going to take a while to break down. Oh my goodness, is Nicorak going to do it again? Oh, he's even going to block the third base. This is saucy. I love it. Oh, they're both blocking each other's expansions. It's interactions like this that really make me love StarCraft. Both players do eventually get their expansions down. Nicorak actually does save the SCV though. Geralt not really wanted to deal with the building that's been kind of slapdash put together. Just gonna send the Zealot directly across. Actually, the Zealot could cause a little bit of turmoil here. Bunker's gonna go down, but the Zealot's gonna be here before that finishes. Like, by a large margin. And so it's gonna walk in, immediately kill that SCV. This is like a revenge story there. SCV is gonna be pulled from the main base to try and take out the Zealot. Be a little bit of a body block here. Don't want to lose too many of those workers. Ooh, Adept is going to come in and help out. 3 SCVs have been taken down so far. Zealot is taken out, but there's not really enough here to deal with this Adept, really. Once again, the Adept is on the low ground. 2 Marines are going to be able to finish it off, I think. Yeah, if it doesn't shoot back, definitely. Geralt choosing to go into Stargate. Oh, there's another Adept here. There's a Stargate on the way now for Geralt. Geralt hasn't even bothered with the NG Bay yet either. Nicorette going into Hellion, so I'm assuming this is going to be... Where, you have a starport? No. Oh, Adept, you're gonna have a... This is gonna take a long time. That's like some Age of Empires speed of building destruction, really. Right, 2 more Hellions are out and about now. Actually going for a tank push. Starport getting switched onto the tech lab. Oh, going for Cloak Banshee. Interesting. Nicorette trying to find an opportunity to roast and toast some drones. Oh, just going directly in. He is going to see the Phoenix here now. And just take out a couple of probes here. Going to get a full tour of the base. Does pay for it with his life. Oracle coming in, dealing some damage. And... Oh no. 6 kills on that Oracle. It's just gonna jump in between the bases and get more kills. Oh no. Man, Geralt's Oracle control is so crazy good. More Adepts are, more Hellions are coming in, trying to harass some of these probes. Might be able to, nah, it's just, the shield battery is just too much. You're gonna drain a little bit of shields is all. Nicorette deciding to just pull the boys and be done with it. I don't blame him. At 25 SCVs, you don't really have much of a choice. He smacks hard and fast. Might be able to get a win over on Geralt here. Alright, here we are. Geralt is going to spot this coming in with the Adepts. Does he actually have enough units here to defend this? SCVs are going to be going in, try to bloody block, but there's not really... Phoenix actually gets taken out immediately. Unfortunately, Siege Tech is going to go down. GG is going to be called. Geralt's going to take game 1. Quickly sniping that tank and ending the game. Got to protect that anchor piece. Got to keep it out of harm's way. Else that happens. Go ahead and hop into game number 2. All right. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of Gresvin, it is Geralt. And on the other side of the map, down but not out, it is Nicorette. Geralt is so lethal with oracles. It's actually absurd. Like the amount of damage he got done in that last game with just the one oracle, actually crazy. Like, I don't think whenever that Oracle was hitting, I don't think Nicorec actually had enough Marines to split in between the two mineral lines either. Like he had to bring the whole pack, or the Oracle would just rip him apart before going after the SCVs again. Oh, power glitch. Oh, dude, that's the worst. All right, we do have the full supply depot wall here to hide the fact that we are going double gas. Alright, Geralt putting his probe in a sneaky location. I'm assuming this is going to be a proxy Stargate. Wait, what? Okay. We have probes scouting out on the map, just making sure that Nicorec hasn't put down any proxy buildings. But Nicorec really not up to anything too suspicious. Actually mining, or we actually only have 3 on gas now. Going Reaper Hellion. Geralt electing to keep the Adept at home to deal with the Reaper. And taking a look at the minimap, Geralt has looked literally everywhere for this proxy. A proxy that just doesn't exist. Nicorec going to spot the Stargate on the natural expansion. Keeping an eye out for the natural expand of Nicorec 2. Geralt mind gaming the caster. Dude, it's been... that's been the tagline for... Oh my god, we do have another block. That's been the tagline for most of SSL Pro Season 3. Lord Crayon gets bamboozled again. Alright, Nicorec should be able to clean up this pylon pretty quickly. Marines actually do have insane DPS. Now that we did spot the Stargate, we are going into the Cyclone response. These units actually getting all the way in. There's no shield battery here, so Geralt might be in a little bit of trouble. More probes are going to be popped. Did the Oracle come out? Yeah, the Oracle's out. Going to go ahead and clean this mess up, but not before losing... Yeah, it's going to be 6 workers. Oh, for a second I thought that Oracle's about to run out of energy and Greg's going to get another kill. Double Cyclone. Actually going for triple Cyclone. We did let Nicorec know that this isn't the new patch, right? Oracle sneaking around, doing suspicious Protoss things. More Vikings, more Cyclones coming out for the Protoss, or the Terran player, Flew the Lord. What we do? These Cyclones are going to be a bit vicious to deal with. Geralt going into Phoenixes now. I guess the plan is to try and snipe the medevac or pick up the Cyclones. Alright. While Nicorec is fighting here at the front rather successfully, I would say. We do have the Oracle taking out more SCVs in the main. It looks like Nicorec's actually going to be able to take out the remains of Geralt's army here. We do have the super battery that is going to be popped. Yeah, Nicorec's going to have to back up here a little bit. He can't fight into this battery right now. He just doesn't have the DPS to really do it. Geralt pulling the boys to try and fight this. Actually, he's going too far away from the shield battery. He's just going for it. I can't believe it. Pulling back the boys after they've done their job of body blocking. 11 probes have gone down so far. This has actually been quite brutal to the workers of both sides. Unfortunately, Nicorect is still in the natural here. He still has a lot of damage that he can put out. All of the probes at the natural are going to be taken out by this point. Oop. Do have a couple of Stalkers who are going to be warped in. But at this point, Geralt's economy has been like completely just bopped. I think the Oracle got taken out too by the looks of things on the other side of the map. There's only 3 Stalkers here for Geralt. He's trying to lead the rest of Nicorect's units here away from the base. Nicorect's not having it. Nicorect actually going for a 3rd behind this too, so Nicorect is actually in a fantastic position right now. Super Battery getting popped again. And it looks like Geralt's going to hold for now. But Nicorect has been expanding and building behind this. Well, for the most part. Sending out Viking there. I'm imagining he's just going to land it here in the main base. Try to pick up some more probe kills. 5 Stalkers on the way now. There's not really much these Stalkers are going to be able to do. There's a lot of Marines and a tank here. Really nice anchor point. And there's no way he can jump into the main base. But he's going to try and go for it. Never mind. Gets one shot off. Blinks out. Probably the best idea. We do have the Dark Shrine. You know, when behind Dark Shrine. Scary stuff. Yep. Viking does land in the main base. Tries to pick apart a few more of these. Now, just a reminder, Vikings actually get extra damage versus mechanical units, and probes are indeed mechanical, so they absolutely shred probes. Actually, wait a minute. Did Nicorect see that? Nicorect didn't see that. Oh. Cleans up the Stalkers there. And Geralt realizes he is done. Nicorect coming out swinging for this next game. That does mean that today we get another ace match. Always exciting to see. This will be the decider of who gets to move on in the tournament and who does not. Spawning in the bottom right hand side of Dragon Scales, it is Geralt. And on the other side of the map, the spicy opener there, it is Nicorect. Dang, on 1080p. Is it not in 1080p? I should be streaming in 1080p. Ooh, Geralt. We're getting spicy right off the bat. Proxy pylon. I guess it's going to be a question of how many gates. We're going to go for a safe 2, a devastating 3, or the Chad 4. Honestly, I would kill to see Geralt just go for a flower. It is? Okay, good. Not seeing any choppiness on the stream or anything like that. Looks like it's just gonna be the 2 gateways. Very safe, very easy to it can still be an economical build, I suppose. As much as StarCraft players don't want to admit it, you can indeed proxy buildings and still go for economy. First Zealot will be hitting soon. This actually is pretty close. This is going to hit very hard and very fast. I'm assuming Nicorect at this point has probably seen that something is off. There's no expansion yet. There should have been an expansion put down by this point. I don't know if he's actually spotted into the main base yet. Yeah, he's going to be poking around now. He's going to see the Zealot coming in. Oh my god. Zealot actually managing to get into the base. Reaper will be able to take care of this, I think. It should be fine. Oh no, second Zealot. No. This is a lot of trouble. 2 SCVs have gone down. Two probes went down at some point. I wasn't paying attention to the second one, but here we are. More zealots coming in. This is brutal. We have two stalkers that are going to be following this up, so Nicorak's going to have to hold the high ground at this point. Like, those stalkers are just going to rip everything apart if given the chance. The SCVs will be able to body block here pretty effectively, but I mean, when the stalker comes out, it doesn't really matter, does it? Nicorak continuing to push these units away. Unfortunately, the stalker's just going to be able to keep kiting. Oh, actually, even managing to grab some of those biological units too. Oh, this is looking really unfortunate. Geralt continuing to pump out stalkers while Nicorak tries to set up a defense here at the naturals. Oh, is the bunker actually going to finish? I don't think so. Yeah, oh, he does pull another SCV off. Oh, this SCV has to build. Okay, SCV is building. Maybe this is okay. The bunker actually does finish up, so now Geralt won't be able to push in too hard. But at the same time, 11 workers have been lost for the Terran player. This has been quite a worthy investment here for Geralt. I don't even think he actually has to, like, kill Nicorak at this point. Like, he's just he's in an economically, yeah, GG's gonna be called. Stalker's just walking to the base. Geralt will be moving on to group stage 2. Sick build by Geralt. As a caster, I am inclined to agree with that statement. As a Terran player, it's hard for me to contain my rage. And then again, you know, that's just how it is as a Terran player. Alright. So, that's actually a conclusion from last week's casting. We are now done with Groups A and D. We'll be moving on now to Group B. Exciting stuff. It looks like we have Christianer, Arog Fire, and Naji and Urbest. Two of those names I'm not super familiar with, so I'll be excited to get to know these players. Starting up for the first round, we have Christianer versus Naji. Oh my goodness. This is a PvP. I forgot that this entire group is stacked with Protoss, right? Oh yeah, Group B is stacked with Protoss players. Oh, this is going to be exciting. All right. We'll go ahead and hop into game number 1 here. Starting off on Ancient Sith's turn. Spawning with the purple Protoss pieces. Or purple? No, pink. Get it together. Representing Blazer, it is Christianer. And on the other side of the map, representing Platinum Heroes, it is Naji. Naji already sending a probe way out. We haven't even put down a pylon yet. Alright, let's see the spiciness, Naji. Let's go. Let's go. It's a PvP. You know somebody's got a proxy at least once. Let's get it on. Christianer sending out a probe. So this is a double gate. This has to be a double gate opening coming out of Christianer. I don't think he has a choice. Oh, it's Gate Forge! Oh shit! It's Gate Forge! Yes! Yes! Let's see it! Let's see it, Naji! Come on! Let's go! Oh, this is so exciting! Christianer gonna poke in here and realize that there is nothing in Naji's base right now. Christianer, what's going on? Christianer's gonna full wall at the top of the ramp. There is a probe in his base, so he's gonna have to be careful. Oh, pylon does go down. Now, normally you don't really want to pull the boys to kill the one pylon. Ooh, nice catch there by Christianer. First two cannons are going down now. Come on, let's see. Let's see the zealots. Let's see the zealots. There we go. This is about to get a bit sketchy here for Christianer. I'm wondering if he... So a lot of pros have like a sixth sense when it comes to this type of stuff. I wonder if he knows this is Gate Forge. I imagine he can't actually know. 2 adepts are coming up for Cristiano as well as the Robo. Najee might actually be able to take out this this Cyber Core, which would be a bit of a bother for Cristiano. Zealots are coming up now, so if Cristiano didn't know before, he does now. First 2 adepts are going to be popping out now. Zealots are going to be able to get into the base. Now Cristiano should be able to kite with the adepts. Najee continuing to push in. We do have the probe up at the top of the ramp now. Ooh, unfortunately, wasn't be able to tuck far enough back. Would have been a little bit easier if we had already had the cannons up and running, but can't have everything in life, I suppose. Cristiano going for an immortal. At this point, oh man. Cristiano's actually doing a really good job of holding this back. Most Protoss players I talk to tell me that Gate Forge is impossible to beat. Adepts hunting down the remaining Zealots in the main base. Another probe is going to be popping in here. Oh, you're going to have to be careful, Najee. Now he can't actually tuck, or they can actually tuck the probe there. Looks like Cristiano is just going to send the adepts across the map. There's not really much that they can do here at this point. There's just too many cannons. Immortal might be able to do something here. Does manage to take out a decent chunk of these shields here. Actually might be able to just smash through it at this point. Oh, Najee is going to spot the adepts are incoming, but there's not really much Najee can do at this point. I guess you could hide him. I guess at this point you don't really care what happens at home. Zealots continuing to chase these immortals down. I mean, at this point, there is a lot. Cristiano's going to be taking a lot of damage here in a second. Oop, another immortal is going to pop out, so I think these cannons are going to be seeing their final days here unless the Zealots can just continue to push them back. Najee actually attacking the high health immortal. I don't know if that's necessarily the best case. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, it looks like Cristiano is managing to take out Najee's entire mineral line. Not quite as exciting as what's happening here, really. GG's going to be called. Najee going to tap out there. Cristiano takes game number 1. I am so psyched, dude. I don't think I've ever seen a Gate Forge in a professional game. At least not in recent memory. So that's so cool. Super stoked about that. All right, we're going to be hopping into game number 2 between these 2 players. All right, oops. Find ourselves on Babylon LE. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position of the map. Up 1 game, it is Cristiano. On the other side of the map, the red Protoss pieces. Give it up for Najee. Looks like we have a little bit of a reversal here. Cristiano going to be putting down a pylon here and not in his own base. If Cristiano Gate forges Najee after last game, I'm done casting for the day. We're calling it there. If Cristiano Gate forges Najee right now, that's peak StarCraft. We can't go any further. I'm done. I'm done. I can't. Screw it. You know what? The probe's casting now. I'm not doing this anymore. Sniper, I quit. Oh my god. I love casting PvP. Okay. Najee going with a fairly standard build, so now the shoe is on the other foot. Cristiano putting down the first 2 cannons here. Full wall from Najee. Actually, it's a Cyber Core a little late here. Alright, so we do have a full wall at the top. Unfortunately, Najee really hasn't been able to deal with the probe here. First pylon is going to be able to go down. And it looks like this, this forge is going to be taken out. Now what's nice here is that Naji isn't going to have to rebuild the cyber core, but these units are coming in hard and fast. Fortunately, Naji's only going to get one adept to come out. There are actually 2 cannons for Naji. This actually might be a pretty decent call to combat this. Cannons of your own. I know that tends to be a thing with normal cannon rushes. Unfortunately, looks like Naji is going to lose all of their production. Let's slap down a robo there. Going Stargate too? Naji, is Naji panicking? Well, the cannon is going to be able to kind of anchor all of this. Actually, that cannon might almost be a full wall off. There's only going to be one zealot to actually get into it at a time. Cannon does go up, but I mean, realistically, it's not going to be able to do anything until it gets repowered. Full wall here from Naji just to make sure that the zealots can't get in. There is one spot that they can get in, but they are going to have to cross by the cannon, like the cannon here. Oh, that's actually out of range. Okay. Robo and Stargate are finishing up now for Naji. I feel like that's a little bit, it's too much tech, right? We're going to Mortal Oracle. Okay. This is interesting. Alright, Zealots are going to be, Zealots are going to try to whack away at that. It's not really going to be able to do anything. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's actually an adept that got in here into Christianer's base and took out a bunch of probes. I completely missed that. Oh, we do have the Immortal that just popped out. It's going to be good. It's going to clean up all of that. Naji actually might be slightly ahead here. Like, Naji has a tech advantage and a worker advantage. I don't know if that really means that much in a PvP though. Like, Naji is stuck on one base. It's going to be for a while. A couple of deaths are going to get... Oh, I forgot about this part of PvP. Oracle's going to come in and try to defend these probes. Does lose another 3. We're about even on workers now with Christianer ahead 1. Christianer going for his own Stargate. Naji going for Immortal Void Ray. What is happening? Immortal Void Ray. I haven't... Alright. Christianer going for 2 Stargates. 2 Stargates on 2 gases? I guess. That's the thing. Oh my goodness. Alright. It looks like Naji's breaking out of their base. Naji trying to get some kills over here, but you know, the shield battery is up and running. Naji going Oracle, Void Ray, and then Phoenix. And then going for a second Stargate. I guess Naji saw that Christianer went for a second Stargate and decided that was a good idea. I guess we're going into Phoenix Wars now. Is that really what we're doing? We're going on to Phoenix Wars off of one base? This is wild. This is so wild. Christianer's Phoenixes are going to catch this first Void Ray. I'm actually surprised. Naji's not... Okay, this Void Ray's on a mission. This Void Ray is on a mission. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Both players pumping out Phoenix. This is going to be... This will be 3-3 in a second, so... It is going to come down to micro. Christianer flying in. Gonna pick up a couple of probes. I'm assuming Naji has a supply advantage because of Immortals, right? That has to be the case. Fourth Phoenix is going to join up. Najee immediately breaks away. I feel like that's... What? What are you doing? Why are you out here? What? Okay, well the immortal distraction was a success. The Oracle is gonna get a couple extra kills before being butchered by the Phoenix. Oh my god. Okay, the Phoenix have to come home again. What is... Alright. Okay, so we're back to Phoenix Wars, right? We're done with shenanigans, right? This thing is still unpowered. Wait. Does... None of them have gateways! This is what they've decided to do! What is this? Okay, we're... Cristiano has a slight Phoenix advantage. Never mind. He has a Stalker advantage. Unfortunately, it looks like the probes at the natural are going to be... they're actually open to getting picked apart. That's a cannon, right? It looks like Najee's planning to put down a cannon there in a second, just to keep these Phoenixes from doing too much damage. There is one building... Okay, so here's the thing. In StarCraft 2, do you want to know what the win condition is? The win condition is to kill all of your opponent's buildings. There's exactly one building killing unit right now. I'm not counting probes. There's one Stalker on the field. Najee with a slight eco advantage here. We have a Cyclone and an Anti-Cyclone forming off the coast. I believe it's going to be a Category 3 Protoss Storm. I don't know. I don't know. Both players continuing to pump out Phoenix as quickly as possible. Cristiano going into the Fleet Beacon. Najee with the third Stargate. I think is that, and I think that's anion pulse crystals. Sometimes I can't tell the upgrades apart for some of the Fleet Beacon upgrades, but I'm pretty sure that's anion pulse crystals. So Cristiano is about to be at a massive advantage when it comes to the Phoenix Wars. And Najee might have the numerical advantage, but being able to not only shoot on the move, but also fire farther than your opponent can is a massive advantage regardless. Cristiano with a cheeky pylon block here. Oh, I was right. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, see, this is the downside to not building, like, only Phoenix. It's one Stalker. Najee actually manages to close in on Cristiano's Phoenix before they could actually get distance. So these Phoenixes are actually able to trade quite evenly. Najee, oh my god, the bait, the bait! Oh my god, the numbers advantage might be real. Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah, Cristiano just rips. Okay, yep. All right, cool. What do I say? What? Congratulations, Cristiano. You move on to the winners match. Yay. All right, cool. Congratulations to Cristiano. 2-0, moving on to winners match. Cool. You've completely broken me. Alright. Let's move on to something a little bit more sensible. We have a PvT. Aerog Fire versus Urbest. Exciting stuff. Go ahead and hop into game number 1 between the two players. Alright. Here we are on Royal Blood, spawning in the top right-hand side of the map. Under the alias Hit, it is Urbest. Nice little ghost decal there too. On the other side of the map, the that nice classic Nexus. I like it. For Team Berserk, it is Aerog Fire. Wait, I'm gonna feel really... 1 second. That's Maturino. I'm so sorry. That's Maturino. Good lord. My bad. See, that last game just completely broke my brain. Oh, we're going straight for the brain bait. Urbest with a proxy. We do have double gas going down. Excuse me. Aerog Fire is going to pick up on this immediately with the probe. Alright, Aerog Fire looking around. Not seeing, seeing the double gas. Oh, are we? Hang on. Tech lab on the barracks. We do have a factory coming on. What's the call here, Chief? We're still mining gas. This isn't Thor, is it? This isn't some type of Thor build, right? Oh no, is this Dolan? Is this a proxy Dolan? Okay. Aerog Fire scouting around, trying to determine what's going on. You're going to drop a shield battery there at the front. That will be popping out here momentarily. Starport. Okay, siege tank. Okay, so this is not Dolan. That being said, Aerog Fire... Where are you going? Okay, yeah. Aerog Fire is going to scout this, see that all of the Terrence production is outside of the base. I mean, granted, he already knew that, but he's going to have a better idea of what's about to happen here. Might actually be able to kill this SCV before the starport finishes. Oh, man, there's like a second left on that. Bit unfortunate. But that being said, Urbest does have several units out. Actually, grabbing a couple more SCVs just to finish off the starport, and I'm assuming one of them is going to be for repairing or building bunkers. Aerog Fire falling back to the base. There's not a ton here that can actually contest the tank. Oh, I actually missed the Stargate going up, so we do have a Void Ray that's going to be coming out onto the field here soon. Urbest, Aerog Fire actually snipes the SCV, so now the tank is going to be in a little bit of danger. Do have a Liberator coming out as well as a couple more Marines. But Aerog Fire is actually doing a pretty good job of just pushing this back and making sure that he has plenty of time to get that Void Ray out to help with this. Don't have to fall back. Void Ray does pop out. There's not really enough Marines to cover these two tanks. I think the Void Ray will be able to pick them off. Especially with shield battery support here. Ooh. Void Ray with the Ultra Beam there. It's going to immediately take out tank number 1. Dips in for a little bit of battery power. Oh my goodness, this Void Ray is just absolutely shredding everything here. Urbest having to fall back all the way. We do have one Viking that is on the way. He's going to try and take out the Liberator, but really nice micro there by Aerog Fire. Actually, Arrow Fire is going to send the Void Ray across. There's actually nothing to defend here, so it's not a bad idea. Keeping some of these gateway units in between bases. More SCVs are being pulled to the front. Actually going Cyclone Viking. I appreciate the idea. Alright, so now Urbest Urbest immediately tackles that that Void Ray, but there is another Void Ray in the main base that's going to be causing some troubles. Urbest might not have been paying attention there. Liberator takes a couple of shots, which isn't not great. Nice siege position here. The siege tank should be able to hammer away at some of these buildings without well, you know, staying kind of clear of any damage. Looks like, yeah, Urbest is actually in a pretty good position right now. There is the Void Ray, which I'm a little bit worried about. Nice lock on there. Does activate prismatic alignments, but oh, actually goes after the Liberator first. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Super battery has been popped, so this good lord, this Void Ray is going to live for a little bit longer. Siege tank still in range. Is going to actually be able to take out the power there. Nicely done by Urbest. Oh, there was also had to be a recall to bring back one of the Void Rays just to defend against this. Cyclone picking off units from afar. Lock on, such a good ability there. Arrow Fire slowly pushing in, using the Cyclones to pick off units from afar while the siege tank sieges away at the buildings. Fortunately, does lose one of those. The boys are going to be pulled, and it looks like Arrow Fire is going to try and break this with all of his might. Siege tank does go down. It looks like the rest of Urbest's units are going to be falling as well. GG to Arrow Fire for taking game number 1. All right. Absolutely. It's definitely good effort there out of Urbest. All right. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 2 between these two players. All right, here we are on Ancient Cistern, spawning in the top right-hand side of the map. Down 1 game, but most certainly not out. It is Urbest under the alias Hit. And on the other side of the map, are the shadows maxed out for this? I don't know what's going on with the shadows there. It actually looks less like shadows and more like a highlight. Anyways, it's Arrow Fire. Oh, that's funky. All right, so Blizzard intern, if you're watching, there is a shadow bug here. Should do something about that. Double proxy barracks. Oh, this is triple proxy barracks. Oh, let's go. Did Arrow Fire? Oh, Arrow Fire spotted that immediately. Good lord. Well, there is another SCV here to cover. Hey, cover. There you go. There's another SCV who can cover his friends while they are building. Oh, nice micro by Arrow Fire. Looks like he's actually going to take out one of them. But it looks like the buildings are going to be finished. Another SCV is going to be pulled down. So I'm curious if this was supposed to be a triple Rex or... Okay, yeah, we were going for the triple Rex. That's fair. Another SCV is going to be pulled from his job. A little SCV chuggle. I love that. That's pretty great. Do have a bunker coming up at the top of Arrow Fire's ramp. This is actually going to be a If Urbes can actually finish this is going to be a tricky position for him to break out of, I think. A couple extra probes are going to be pulled. There is a Marine that's going to come in and reinforce. I don't think Urbes can actually finish this right now. Oh, Airhawk Fire's running scared, though. Dropping a couple of shield batteries at the front. So now Urbes is going to be doing a slow push to the front here. Another bunker going down. A bit closer to the Nexus. These Marines. Ooh, can they actually get the Stalker before? Okay, no. Not enough Marines. Oh, Urbes really being aggressive here when he doesn't necessarily need to be. You do have the bunker up here that you can send your Marines back into. Decides to do that. Cancels the bunker up here. I guess he's going to wait for reinforcements. Oh, the boys are actually being pulled from Urbes' base. Urbes just going for it. We're just going for it. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any repairs right now. There's no SCVs here yet. Urbes deciding to back up for right now. Oh, these Marines taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I don't think Urbes can actually do too much versus 4 Stalkers. I mean, at this point, Urbes is just getting pulled apart. There are a couple more Marines and a bunch of SCVs coming up now. But these Stalkers will just be able to kind of pick them apart from a... Or just be able to kite them forever. Urbes trying his best to kill these Stalkers. GG is going to be called. Airhawk Fire takes game 2. Respect the hustle. I do respect the hustle. It's just unfortunate that Airhawk Fire caught those barracks immediately. Delayed a lot of production. Multiple SCVs had to be pulled, and I think the final pull wasn't soon enough. I don't think he made the decision quickly enough. But Airhawk Fire will be moving on to the winners match. Urbes, we will see them again in the losers. Or in lower. I need to get into the habit of saying lower, not losers. Alright. First 2 matches of Group B are complete. I'm going to go on a quick break before we hop into winner, lower, and decider. So thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be right back. That's the wrong one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. All right, we're starting off with the winners bracket between Christianer and Airrockfire, another PvP set. Super excited to see what these two get up to. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the game. All right, here we are on Babylon, spawning in the top left-hand side of the map. Representing Blazer, it is Christianer. And on the other side, with the red Protoss pieces representing Macherino, it is Airrockfire. Alright, surprisingly this time, nothing too crazy right off the bat. Looks like both players are going for a double gate expand. Very typical. Actually, one of them, I'm actually surprised one of them didn't go for a one gate. Either way, both players are going for the double gate. Probes wave to each other. Why did you turn around? I think Christianer was nervous that Airrockfire was going to try and cheese him. Or set up a proxy somewhere. Maybe that's the case? I don't know, dude. Sometimes probe movements in PvP are weird and hard to read. Where are you going, actually? I guess it doesn't really matter. Christianer going for the scout. I think is fine with seeing that there's no expansion here. Definitely indicative of a double gate opening. So we're trying. I'm assuming this is to hide tech, right? This is too far up to be a spotter pylon. All right, double stalker for Christianer, stalker sentry for Airrockfire. A little bit more scouting potential for Airrockfire there. Sentry pops out, tickles the probe a little bit. Gives a little chase. You're not going to actually... I was about to say, you're not actually going to follow that thing all the way. Unless we get another pause. It seems like both of these players... playing it relatively safe. A lot of scouting on both sides. Airrockfire opting for a robo opening. Christianer with the Twilight Council. Just going for the full block. Interesting. Well, Airrockfire just wants to get aggressive right off the bat. We have the Warp Prism coming out. Stalkers are moving across the map. Yeah, there's almost... Yeah, Airrockfire is just going to go for it. Christianer gets a full scout, sees that there's no expansion. Probably understands that there's a large army. He's going to see it now. Now the question is Christiana prepared to actually deal with this? This is going to be very heavily fortified here in a second. The shield batteries will be finishing up soon. Alright, here we go. Arrow fire immediately pops one of the sentries. There is a force field, but it's really not enough. Alright, the other sentry is going to be... Oh, nope. Do manage to pop one of the stalkers there. Actually, the force field blocking it away from the shield battery was very nice. Another decent force field there out of Christiana to break up some of these stalkers. This is actually pretty crazy. Christiana pulling a lot of probes off the line and paying for it rather dearly. Alright, here we go. Arrow fire dives in again. Super battery has been popped by Christiana. I think at this point, there's not really too much arrow fire can do. The shield battery is going to be able to heal a lot of those units. Oh, actually manages to take out one of the stalkers. Okay, I was incorrect. Not a lot of shield battery energy here left for Christiana. Going to have to retreat back into the main base where there's one more shield battery. And it looks like arrow fire is going to completely take the low ground here. Blink finishes up there for the Protoss player in pink. Christiana is going to try and hold as long as he can. Unfortunately, the shield battery there was popped. Christiana holding the top of the ramp with a rather large concave. At this point, though, arrow fire just has so many units charging into the base. Christiana pulling the rest of his probes to try and deal with this. Actually does manage to take out a couple of stalkers with the probes. But what is it going to cost? Basically everything at this point. There's just so many stalkers of arrow fire in Christiana's base. The numbers don't lie. 9-1. Arrow fire takes game number 1. Really well done by arrow fire there. I should have noted the third gateway there. I didn't notice it until too late. All right. With that, we'll go ahead and hop into game number 2. I would say kind of a conventional PvP. We'll see if game 2 mixes it up a little bit. Here we are on Gresvin, spawning in the bottom right hand side of the map with the pink Protoss pieces. It is Christiana. And on the other side of the map, the red Protoss pieces. It is Arrowfire. Also with the sick Raiders emblem there. Got the Raiders symbol along with Jimmy Rainer's little snake bones. Good stuff. Fairly similar opening as before. Arrowfire, yeah, just poking in to make sure that, keep Christiana honest, make sure that he's not, building a wall here. Yep, sees what he needs to see. Goes home. Both players just continuing to poke around, make sure that everything is on the up and up. I mean, both players are doing a fairly standard build. Alright, there we go. Arrowfire actually going for the double adept opening. Christiana. Stalker and adept. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Stalker Adept. Oh, Arrowfire actually going for the Stargate. Arrowfire sending out the first 2 Adepts. Actually continuing to produce Adepts, so I'm assuming that we're going to want to go with the a double whammy here. Adepts and the Oracle. Yeah, there we go. Oracle coming out now. We'll have to see if Christianer is paying attention. Yep. Isn't going to be taken aback by tricks like that. Looks like Christianer's Adept is actually going to be taken out. He is going to know, however, that there are a lot of Adepts that are going to be out. Let's see if Arrowfire can actually just kind of shut this one out. Going for the expansion here. Actually, did Christianer expanded on 4 units, right? Yeah. Here we go. Oracle is going to be popping in here. Now, there already are the Stalkers in position, so not too much to worry about here. Oracle is forced to back up for now. However, Adepts managed to actually get in. I guess there are enough Stalkers there to actually prevent that from doing too much damage. Second Oracle going to be meeting up with the first. Arrowfire continuing to test Christianer. Lets the Shade finish this time. It's going to take out a couple of these probes. Now they're all going into the main base. Christianer actually on top of it. Managing to push back a lot of the... oh, wow. Christianer managed to push back both of the probes and deal with the Adepts. But Arrowfire still got a couple of kills in there. Both players going for Blink at this point. Christianer's a little bit faster. It's not a lot on the ground for Arrowfire right now. Kind of just keeping everything at home with the Oracles. Oh, accidentally parks on top of a Stalker. Christianer going for the third base. It's really not. There's really just not that much to say. Both players are kind of taking their time. Arrowfire did have that moment of aggression, but it seems like both players are kind of content with sitting back right now and macroing up. Definitely a far cry from Arrowfire versus Naji. You know, it's always healthy in a tournament to show or to display all sides of StarCraft, from the ultra macro to the ultra cheese. Actually, that being said, though, both players are fairly even right now. I would give, like, maybe a slight advantage to Arrowfire just because Arrowfire has another tech option, but Christianer does have the higher stock count. I guess it really wouldn't necessarily matter, because if Christianer were to push out right now, like, the shield batteries should be able to hold off. Or should be able to help out enough. Charge coming up for both players. Ooh, Christianer going for a big gateway explosion here. Who needs tech when you just have too many units? If you know what I'm saying. Arrowfire actually continuing to tech. We got the Robo finishing up now. Go for that big gateway energy. Love it. Arrow Fire doing his due diligence, setting down a couple of stasis traps. Make it a little bit harder for the for his opponent to really push into any base. And a little bit of scouting occurring. Alright, so I imagine. Wow, is Christiana really just gonna warp in everything at home? Okay, no. He does have the warp prism coming out here soon. For a second, I thought he was not getting a warp prism. Charge is finishing up now. Both players looking to engage at this point. Gonna have that mid-game brawl. Slight advantage there for Christiana, managing to pick up a couple of those stalkers, but Arrow Fire continuing to blink back. Not much blinking back he could do versus charge loss there. Christiana actually blocks in a couple of his own zealots there. It was a bit silly. Christiana actually comes out a bit ahead on that. Total resources lost in favor of Christiana. Do have the Oracle just absolutely blasting some of these probes. Christiana might feel a little bit of pressure after seeing that. Now the question is, does he know about this stasis ward? Nope. A lot of his units getting trapped in there, but I mean, there's just a lot of charge loss, and it's hard for Stalkers to actually deal with charge loss very effectively. Yeah, these charge loss just absolutely munching and crunching onto Arrow Fire's Stalkers, or yeah, Arrow Fire Stalkers. Does manage to clean the rest of it up. What kind of unit advantage do we have here? It looks like actually Arrow Fire it came out ahead there. Now the rest of Christiana's army is going to join up now. Ooh, even bringing back the Oracles to try and help deal with this Stalker push. Yeah, I think Arrow Fire actually came out ahead in that. Oop, even managing to pincer the remains of Christiana's army there. Christiana looking like a little bit of trouble here by the looks of things. Christiana trying to set up for another push. We have a Warp Prism coming out. As well as a couple of Zealots. I guess this distraction? I'm not 100% sure. What does our Warp-In situation look like? Arrow Fire posting up in front of Christiana's third base. I think he actually has enough to break in here. A couple of Zealots are going to engage at the front, but are going to immediately get sniped off. Arrow Fire going for a little rotation there. Christiana will have a +2 advantage for like 5 seconds, I guess. Maybe closer to 15. So he is going to be able to bully Arrow Fire Stalkers a little bit more effectively. Ooh, nice stasis ward there. Big blink back, and yeah, Arrow Fire catches a lot of Christiana's army in the stasis ward. GG is going to be called. Arrow Fire takes it 2-0. Really nicely done there by Arrow Fire. He is going to move on to Group Stage 2. Christiana heading down to the decider. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and hop straight into lower, where we have Daji. Oh my goodness, I'm about to get his name wrong. Yeah, Najee versus Urbest. Go ahead and hop into game number 1. I am super stoked to see how this goes. Alright, back on Gresvin, spawning in the top left-hand side of the map. It is Urbest. And on the other side of the map, with the red Protoss pieces, give it up for Najee. We already have some cheeky nonsense going on already. I imagine this has to be a... Oh, this is not an NG Bay block. Already have the gas coming up. Nachi playing this fairly straight up by the looks of things. All the buildings are being placed in the main base. First barracks does go down. Are we going to see like the full 1-1-1 outside of the base? I guess we might see that again. Naji sending out a scouting probe. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of surprised. I guess it kind of this validates the saying like first impressions aren't everything. Because I immediately took Naji for just like a cheeser. After that Gate Forge, I was just like, oh yeah, Naji's an aggressive player. But like the last two games, they've been playing it fairly straight up. Naji also does notice that this is happening here. Like the double gas, no buildings in the main. We do have the 1-1-1 coming up here. It's gonna go ahead and go double gate. I imagine we're gonna see a couple of shield batteries here at the top once the cyber core is done. Bit of banter here. I can't read Cyrillic, so I don't know what they're saying. But yeah, it is the same build coming out of Urbest. A couple more SCVs are going to be pulled. Siege tanks. And we're going to see Marines and I'm assuming a Liberator. Naji grabbing the Zealot, just to be a little bit safe. I think at this point, though, Naji knows that it's going to be something far worse than a regular cheese there. Do you have the shield battery, though? First siege tank popping out here in just a second. Oh, for a second there, I thought Urbest was going to push with just the siege tank. Nachi spotting the proxy, seeing the devastation that's about to be wrought. Oh, actually going medevac first. I think this is probably a good idea. A couple stalkers try to move forward to try and take out the tank. Oh, actually might get it. Oh, wow. Even with the repairing. Just absolutely flabbergasting Urbest there. He's going to have to fall back. Oh, no, the tank! Okay, so the tank is actually stuck there until the medevac comes out. But Nachi going to have to back up here. Right, so Urbest is definitely all in on this strategy. Well, I should say all in. There's still some SCVs being produced and whatnot. Yeah, there we go. Picking up the stuck siege tank, dropping it on the outside. Do you have a spread of units out here to try and deal with the coming onslaught? Oh, this is actually a huge spread. Wait, is Naji wanted to actually like do a full surround on Urbest here? This is the slowest leapfrog I've seen ever. Alright, looks like Naji's actually going to try to go for it. We do have an Immortal here up at the front. Are we going to be able to snipe the tanks with it? I think so. One of the tanks is definitely going to go down. We do have the Warp Prism here that's going to be able to... Oh, the Immortal actually did not go down. Naji trying to actually warp in right on top of these tanks. Unfortunately, the first one did not go down. It looks like Naji is actually going to lose both the Immortal... Actually, all three of those units just went down. Now, there are a couple units here in the back that are going to be poking away at some of the production, but I don't think it's actually going to be enough. I think Naji slowed Urbest down, but just took a hell of a beating there, unfortunately. Urbest rebuilding that starport. We're going to see the slow leap forward again. Najee feeling really threatened by this, but realistically, like, it hasn't... Like, it's not... Like, the tanks aren't actually sieging away at anything super important. I guess try to kill it before it spreads or something? I don't know. Siege tanks once again. Slowly pushing forward. We do have the Robo-Bait coming up now. Might be able to get some disruptors. Launching balls always an option. Unfortunately, ooh, nifty little trick there, warping in on top of the. Ooh, actually, I really like that the hallucination trick. However, it's just not going to be quite beefy enough. Najee once again getting ripped apart. That was a neat little trick, shading the Adepts in to get some friendly fire onto the Marines. Then the Archon, both of them pretty good, but unfortunately, Najee's just losing too much here. These tanks are paying for themselves at this point. Actually, what are the losses at this? Yeah, Urbest being extremely cost effective, and now the slow push of death. If you're a Terran player, you've definitely seen this before. I know I have numerous times at this point. Disruptor being kind of kept in the back. There's actually another siege tank on the way. And I don't think the second disruptor is going to be able to come out and actually deal with this. Now, these are stemless Marines, and the medevac is hanging back, so there's a chance that these just get, like, completely popped. Oh, here we go. Does catch a couple of them. Not too bad, but we still have a really scary Terran army slowly pushing forward. Oh man, this almost feels criminal. Takes out one of the SCVs trying to build a bunker. Do you have a couple of Zealots warping? Do we have charge though? We don't have a charge. I don't know if that's necessarily the best call, but maybe that's all Najee can really afford, maybe? Either way, Najee's setting up a big spread just in case the Terran decides to take it a little bit too quickly. Adepts actually do sneak... I was going to say the Adepts do sneak by, but... Disruptors trying to poke away at whatever they can, but yeah, this siege tank line is just going to be too much. One disruptor does go down, and I think at this point it's just going to be kind of a slow push into Najee's base. Najee definitely feeling the pressure here. Another Liberator. This is becoming unbreakable at this point, unfortunately. Yeah, this is just very slow, very methodical push. And Urbest is still producing on top of this. There's another Liberator on the way. We do have the Natural kind of starting to come up. Ooh, unfortunately, the Stalkers are going to get aggro to the Liberators taking pot shots at him. Let's lose another one. Looks like an Adept tried to pop in there. Ooh, Najee actually trying to break into this, but unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. Oh man, those units get ripped apart. And Urbest takes game one. Good show from Najee, but just not quite enough. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Be hopping into game number 2 now. And unfortunately for Najee, once the Terran can kind of get an opportunity to slow push up like that, it does get a little bit, it does get kind of difficult to properly deal with them. Alright, here we are on Royal Blood, spawning in the bottom right hand side of the map. It is Urbest. And on the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, it is Najee. Oh my goodness, we have the SCV going out again. Is this going to be the same build? I think there's a high possibility of that happening. Yep, we do have the one gas barracks. There we go. He's doing it again. They're doing it again. Najee continuing to just a fairly normal build, unaware that once again the Terran is doing some sly things on their side of the map. No scout too from the Protoss player. I'm a little bit surprised after the Terran player did something like that. Oop. Other SCV moving across the map there. Yeah, this is the same thing. Damn it. It kind of makes me wonder that does Urbest do this like every single TVP? Like, is this their go-to build? Oh, this time it's actually different. We have 2 barracks and 1 factory. This is even spicier. Alright. Najee still has a like scouted at all. Wait, did Najee scout? Najee making a zealot to patrol there. Najee hasn't seen anywhere outside of their base. It's so weird. We're actually going for a triple racks and a factory. What? Okay. Actually, Najee going for the... Oh, we're actually going 4-gate. Okay. Okay. I appreciate it. Oh, this is 4... Okay, so this is a 4 racks plus factory versus a 4-gate. Okay. This has been an exciting set of games so far. Alright, Urbest pushing across now. Is Najee going to be able to stop this before it takes root? Oh my goodness. Alright, siege tank is going to be pulled back. Looks like it's going to get repaired and be able to siege up here. Najee warping in several more stalkers. I don't think Najee is actually going to be able to kill the siege. Oh, nope, actually does kill the siege tank. Shield battery is going to be popping up here. Najee holds for right now. We do have another siege tank that's going to be coming out soon, but there are a lot of Marines also coming in behind this. Najee is going to have to kite for their life. Alright, nicely done. Alright. More zealots, though. We're going more zealots, but we don't have charge or anything. Like, I don't know if these zealots are worth it. Nice stutter step micro there from Urbest. Stalkers immediately try to get after the siege tank there. Might actually, yeah, picks up the second one too. Actually, yeah, the zealots kind of did the job there and held the attention of the Marines. I'm actually surprised because usually Protoss players tell me that zealots are worthless until they get charged. They did serve a purpose there, so. Naji actually getting a third base. So Urbis is continuing to produce here. More Marines will be on the way. We will have another siege tank. What's our unit count looking like? That's a lot of Marines. Like this feels a little bit scary as the Protoss player. Naji trying to get a couple of pot shots off there. Does have a small surround, but this is just a lot of Terran. All right, Naji jumping on top of it, trying to go after the siege tank. Actually distracting the siege tank with the back units. Actually not a bad idea, but there's just too much Terran here. The Marines just absolutely shredding through everything here. Actually, no, Naji's going to be able to kite back a little bit with the Stalkers. Okay, not bad. For a second there, I thought those Marines were actually going to be able to shred through, but Naji managed to pull back the Stalkers just in time. At this point, I mean, Naji's in a pretty good position. More than double the workers. We have 3 bases. Like, this is starting to look like Urbis's probably last push at this point. Still crazy the fact that there's still no other tech for the Protoss though. Like there's no Twilight, no Stargate, no Robo. Naji gonna get it done with the basics. Actually, both players are kind of treating this like a campaign mission. Like Urbis over here is on like I don't know, like level 5 of the campaign. Naji's still on level 3. Hasn't been introduced to anything outside of Kate Tech. Big spread of units here from Naji. I guess Naji's trying to figure out... Actually, look at this surround. Look at... This is a pretty big surround. Going for the 4th base too? I don't know. This is starting to feel kind of spooky. No, actually, I take it back. There's enough units here. It should be fine. We have Marauder Concussive Shell coming up. This has just been a wild set of games today. Concussive Shell before anything else. Alright, let's take it. Naji does have the scarier army, but a lot of it's not at home. Urbis with the slow push up. Big surround from Naji, but kind of comes in a bit piecemeal. A couple of the Zealots are going to close in on top of the tanks. Oh, we're going for the big surround again, but again, the surround is coming in kind of piecemeal. Naji clicking on the tanks to try and take them out before they can do too much damage, but there is still so much bio here. And these are Marauders with a Concussive Shell. Naji actually trying to stand and fight this. That being said, though, there's really not a lot of units for Urbis left. One more siege tank here to try and shell away at these Stalkers. But I think it's not going to be enough. We have one Stalker poking away at the factory here. Naji expanding again. Naji's going for a 5th base. We still don't have any other tech. Urbis still on 1 base. 4 racks, it's factory in a dream. Now we're going for stem and combat shields. I love these games, dude. These are amazing. This is wild. Actually, Naji has a full economy going. cannot believe. Okay, our first bit of tech for the Protoss player. We do have the Robo on the way. Urbest continuing to kind of stick with what he knows, or with what they know. More Marauders, more Marines. I'm guessing they just don't have the economy for siege tanks at this point. Are we actually? Oh no, the boys that got pulled, they got intercepted by Najee. Handful of those SCVs do get taken out. Najee, big brain move. Maybe not big brain move. It's just still slow zealots, man. Come on. SCVs immediately go in and get ripped apart. It is now up to Urbest to micro their heart out. But big surround here. Najee surrounding with the... Oh my god, really? I gotta say, Najee and Urbest have been bringing some of the most entertaining games of tonight. These two players are great. What an absolute... Man. Flat Heroes needs to put Najee in more tournaments. That's all I'm saying. All right. We are on ace match. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side of the map. Already sending 2 SCVs across the map. It is Urbest under the alias Hit. On the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, give it up for Najee. All right, so we're off to a flying start. Right off the bat. Double barracks, I'm assuming. At least double barracks, I should say. Nope, we triple barracks. Maybe even 4 racks. Najee with a fairly standard opening. Not too much to write home about. Third rack's down. No gas, so this has to be I don't want to settle on the 3 racks. I know 3 racks is technically superior, but I really want to see Urbest go for the 4 racks. Yes. It's a 4 racks against a player who gate forged in their first match of this tournament. What? Najee completely aware now that Najee knows. Najee knows. It's fine. Only her. Okay. So Najee knows that something's up. Now the question is, what's up? God, there are going to be so many Marines about to knock on Najee's door. This isn't even funny. Do you have the shield battery coming up? First zealot out. You know, I don't often see 4 racks versus Protoss. I don't usually 4 racks versus Protoss. I don't see other people 4 racks very often versus Protoss, so I don't actually know what the proper response is for the Protoss player here. I'm assuming 2 gates or 2 gate Stalker production should be enough. Najee's throwing down a proxy pylon there. Oh, I was going to see it. Oh, no, please, you got it. Oh boy. All right, Urbest pushing in big. This is a lot of Marines so early on. Throwing down a bunker for a just kind of a safe haven for him to stay. These Marines continuing to push in. Zealot unable to really do too much, kind of just acting as a target. Shield battery's actually out of energy. We're gonna need to see a battery overcharge here, I think. Oh, yep, big battery overcharge, actually recharging the pylon there. And we do have the Stalkers kind of pushing this back. Shield battery overcharge is about to expire, though. He's going to need to take out more of these Marines in order to stay safe. Do we have another we do have another shield battery back there, but we probably need another one at the front. Oh my goodness, Naji was actually attacking into the bunker. A little bit of a mistake there, but it should be fine. Now we have Urbus with a little bit of an anchor point here, but there's enough space for Naji to actually kind of keep himself safe. More Marines just continuing to stream across the map. Naji now knows what is going on. I think as long as they keep cranking out Stalkers, they should be safe. I honestly would like to see a couple of Chrono Boosts here on the gateways. Naji's trying to be a little bit cheeky and pick off a couple of units while he can. That being said, Naji is kind of holding the ramp here. The Stalkers can pick away at Marines as they move up the ramp. But there is a lot of Marines here. They could probably push up fine. But the Stalkers will be able to take a couple of shots off at them. Oh, please block the ramp. Block the ramp. Block the ramp. Big Stalker energy here. Oh my goodness. He did block the ramp, but... Oh, did not block the ramp, actually. Oh, the rest of the SCVs are here. It looks like Naji's going to have to micro their heart out. We go to the over to the other shield battery. We're going to be able to take out some of these SCVs. A couple of Marines get broken off. Try to take off some of those other structures. Actually, what? What is happening? Shield battery is going to be taken out here, but it looks like Naji is actually going to be able to take out most of Urbus's army. Really well done here. GG is going to be called. Naji moves on to the decider. What a game. How about that? It's been a long time since I've seen anybody do a 4-Rex in a casted game. Man. Well done by Naji. I hope to see Urbus again, though. I do appreciate some of these proxy strategies that he was putting forward. Really cool stuff. With that being said, we're now out of the lower and into the decider. Unfortunately, it looks like Naji actually gave the win to Christianer. Alright, so it looks like Arogfire and Christianer will be the ones moving on from Group B. So congratulations to them. I hope to see Naji and Urbus again. Those were some very, very entertaining games to cast, and I greatly appreciate that. Alright, with that being said, we'll be moving on to Group C. In this group, we have Mixu, Gref, Zymek, and Silky. A couple of good names in that. Actually, they're all good. I shouldn't say a couple of. Before we hop into Zymek versus Silky, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have some more StarCraft action in Group C. All right, we are back. Thank you guys for continuing to hang out. Up next, we have Zymek versus Silky. It looks like Zymek actually is getting a walkover. So we will be hopping into Mixu versus Gref. All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 1 of this ZVP. All right, once again, we find ourselves on Royal Blood. Spawning in the top right hand position, representing Berserker, it is Mixu. And on the other side of the map, spawning with the green Protoss pieces, it is Gref. I actually don't... Okay, so it is Hasu players. My mistake. I wasn't 100% sure if that was correct. But it looks like Gref's going for a cannon rush. Exciting stuff to start off his series here. Mixu going for the hatch. This Overlord, yeah, this Overlord's gonna be poking around, making sure that the probe isn't up to any good. Gref really trying hard to find a spot. Oh, he's gonna get the spot. Nice. I actually managed just to get the little alcove there. For those of you who don't know, you can actually wall this off with a series of pylons. Keep the probe in there and build a cannon. Also making a gateway there. So this is gonna be a little bit hard for Mixu to break, but I'm sure Mixu has been in this position before many times. 2 gases are going down for the Zerg player. I am a little bit concerned about this hatch staying up. I don't know if that's... I guess Mixu has figured that that's fine. Not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Mixu immediately going into gas. I'm assuming we're going to get into Ravagers as quickly as possible. Yeah, there we go. Cancel there for Mixu. Gref canceling the cannon here in response. The probe is going to try and keep this drone from actually constructing a hatchery anywhere else. I'm assuming Gref will be keeping an eye on that. You have the Roach Warren on the way as well as the Spine Crawler. So essentially this the cannon rush portion of it is pretty much over, I would say. So we'll have to see what Gref plans to do after this. We do still have a Zerg that is on 1 base. Actually, we're going to continue making cannons here. There's not much the Zealot's going to be able to do right now. Actually, Mixu taking a couple of shots from the cannon on that Queen. I think it was a little bit of a mistake. Alright, building a robo facility behind this, keeping Mixu kind of trapped in this base. Zealot kind of trying to find any little spot that he can actually... What just got canceled? Were those all Spine Crawlers? Ooh, Gref actually trying to go after the Ravagers and take them out before they morph. However, not quite. Gref starting to build backwards a little bit here. Trying to fortify the position on the low ground. Ravagers continue to poke away at the cannons at the top of the ramp. Do have the shield battery finishing up, so it's going to take a little bit longer for these Ravagers to actually get some stuff done here. Immortal coming out onto the field here. Alright, first cannon does go down. Stalkers continue to poke away. It looks like the next cannon is going to be taken out as well. So now Gref's position on the high ground has been completely eradicated. And now the Ravagers will be able to... Oh, actually, we do still have the one cannon here left and a couple shield batteries here at the low ground. Ooh, actually, Mike, yeah, it does get one of the Ravagers. Gref doing a pretty good job of holding the position as long as he can. He is going to get the Immortal out here in just a second. There we go. Now, that being said, we do have no energy on the shield batteries here, so this is going to be a problem for Gref. Also loses one of them, also very unfortunate. Building more shield batteries here into the back. Meanwhile, Mixu continuing to try and crank out Ravagers to help break this. Actually, losing one of the Stalkers is pretty bad. We don't actually have any way... Oh, that's super unfortunate. So, there's actually no way for Gref to pump up any more units. The drones are actually being pulled now to try and deal with the Immortal and Stalker down here. Barrier is going to be popped. And it looks like, yeah, this is going to run out of energy. Pylon is going to be taken out. This Immortal is just never going to come out, I guess. So at this point, Mixu has actually claimed the low ground. I still cannot believe this is still happening over here. Oh, is the probe actually going to get it? Alright, Mixu going directly across the map. Stargate is being started up. We do have the cannons at the top of the ramp. Is it too late, though? I'm not sure. Like, there's no way a Void Ray is going to be able to come out in time to deal with this. Like, Gref might have spent just a little bit too much time and effort in trying to keep this spot. Alright, cannons are going to finish up. Oh, but well, he needs the Overlord over here to spot. Mixu does. Shield battery is coming up here. Another cannon. Unfortunately, oh, it actually does keep the cannon alive. That's surprising. I didn't think it would. So Gref actually does actually hold their base for a little bit longer. That being said, I think Mixu technically has the upper hand here. He's double expanding. Cannon's taken out of the forge. That's kind of funny. Yeah, but he's double expanding. He's going to be able to pump out a lot of workers very quickly and gain the upper hand here. Like, sure, Gref has a Void Ray. It's still too early to call anything, but... Yeah, get those Ravagers. Have you guys ever noticed that Ravagers pop like zits? It's pretty gross. Not a fan. Certainly is poking away at the natural. Is Gref gonna have to cancel that? That'd be super unfortunate if he has to. Nope. Oh, Gref actually going double Stargate and +1. That's interesting. Mixu getting into layer tech. Just still 2 gases though. So I'm guessing the plan for Mixu is just hold against air units with queens. And then I guess Roach Ravager to victory. Oh, Circlings are back. Going to be continuing to poke away here at the natural. I don't think that it's going to go down, but it's still annoying that Gref has to bring back the Void Race to continue protecting this. Mix it with just a handful of Zerglings, actually creating a lot of space for himself. Alright, so imagine we're going to see... We are going Spire? Off a 2 gas? Okay, wait a minute. So if you go, how much gas does a corruptor cost again? Sorry, I gotta look this up real quick, because I don't remember off the top of my head. It's still 100 gas. You could do that? Okay, there's the extra gases. Alright, so we do have 2 stargates, but we're only able to produce out of one of them. We're currently only producing... Oh, we're going straight into Fleet Beacon. So I think Mixu has a pretty good handle on the situation right now. Actually, now that I think about it, he's not going to go Corruptor, because Void Rays will just completely destroy these Void Rays. Gref trying to take on the 3rd base location, but there's just enough queens here, and they have just enough energy to actually push them away. But that being said, Gref is going to try and pop into the main base now. Oh, Mixus actually is going for Corruptors. Interesting. Alright, this is going to get taken out. Unfortunately, the queens just... yeah, the queens are going to be coming in now. Are these Void Rays actually going to be able to take out the layer? There's no way. There's no way. Oh my god. Gref does lose 2 of them. Almost 3 of them. You've got to be kidding me, though. I mean, the loss of a layer isn't that too big of a deal? I'm trying to gauge this. Like, Mixu already has the tech that he wants, the Spire. But, I mean, it is going to take a while to get that layer up and running again. And then to get into Hive Tech. This is wild. Anyways, the Void Rays are being taken out here. Also, interestingly enough, Gref's actually going for Flux Veins. Is that the name of that upgrade? I think it's Flux Veins. 3rd base is going to have to be canceled for Gref. Mixu continuing to pump out Corruptors here. Actually, it would be a meme if these buildings got killed because Mixu was too late at putting down this hatchery. Take a look at the units tab real quick. Lots of Corruptors out in the air, so that's definitely enough Corruptors to just kind of do whatever they want against Void Rays, maybe. Well, but they're broken up like that, maybe not. Gref continuing to pump out Void Rays. He's actually getting +2 weapons as well. Mixu kind of being forced to stick to the air, kind of as a precaution, but at the same time, look at the creep spread. I think the goal at this point is just to have a highway all the way over to Gref's side of the map. Gref continuing to hold strong here. Void Rays are doing a pretty good job of shredding. Well, as long as they're over the shield batteries, they're doing a pretty good job of shredding the Corruptors. Oh. Well, alright then. Mixu takes game number 1. Well done to Mixu. We'll be hopping into game number 2 here. I think Gref kind of realized that he was just bleeding off too many Void Rays. The layer snipe was pretty cute. I think it would have been better if... I think it would have been better if he maybe tried to... probably try to snipe tech buildings or like search for the Spire, but... I don't know. A lot of the time it seems like layers and hives are kind of secondary. Like if he since he took out the layer, like Mixu's not really going to be able to take. It's going to take time for Mixu to actually tech back into layer tech, but at the same time, Mixu already had the Spire, which is the counter you want for Sky Toss anyways. I don't know. It's tricky stuff. All right, we're now on Gresvin. Spawning in the top left side of the map with the blue Zerg pieces. It is Mixu. And on the other side of the map, the green Protoss pieces. Give it up for Gref. What's the call this time, Gref? Alright, there is a probe moving across the map. We do have the forge again. See how the cannon rush goes for Griff this time. Actually, this time Mixu going for the pool first. Mixu understanding the threats of dealing with the cannon rusher. I mean, that being said, pool first doesn't necessarily negate a cannon rush, but it does make it a lot easier to deal with a cannon rush. Griff gonna poke in here. See that the pool is already started. We also have the double gas taking. Is he actually gonna stick with it though? Griff's actually gonna stick with it. We're actually going gateway first. Gateway cannon. Gonna be a bit of a longer. Bit of a longer trail, but definitely won't be losing too much up here. Rochewarren immediately down for Mixu. Gref continuing the outpost here out in front of Mixu's natural. Second gas. So I'm actually curious if this is actually an overreaction on Mixu's part. This feels like maybe it is because there's not like an immediate threat of the cannon rush at the top of the ramp or like at the bottom of the ramp. Like this is outside of where Mixu. I mean, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Maybe this is kind of a bluff on Gref's part. Like he put this down just to say like I'm cannon rushing you, and now it's gonna go back and start going into like Stargate tech. Yeah, immediately goes into Stargate tech. He is making a few units here at the front. But we do have the Ravagers coming out here. Alright, Mixu is going to be able to take out this outpost pretty quickly, I would say. Yep. Going to take out the pylon. I don't even think this Stalker is going to actually get out. Fun fact, for those of you aware of the lore, if you stop a Protoss unit from actually warping in, like if you take out the power, maybe if you killed the building, either way, you actually get stuck in like I guess superliminal space. I guess that's what it would be. Hyperspace. I'm not sure what it's actually called, but you basically get stuck there until the warp connection is reestablished. Anyways, Mixu takes game 2. I wasted a lot of time on lore stuff. Well done to Mixu. He'll be moving on to the winners match. Actually, speaking of which, we do have the winners match. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so it will be Zyomech versus Mixu, another ZVP. Let's just hop into it. No need to belabor it. Let's just get into it. All right. Spawning in the bottom right hand side of Babylon with the blue Zerg pieces representing Berserker. It is Mixu. And on the other side of the map, red Protoss pieces and representing Blazer. It is Zyomech. Excuse me. Alright, Zyomech seems to opting for a more standard, yeah, a bit more standard build than Gref was in the previous series. Not even probe blocking either. I'm trying to think back I'm trying to think back to how Siamek actually approaches ZVP, and I cannot for the life of me remember how they do it. Either way, fairly standard for both players. Siamek going for a little bit of mineral harass. There's not really too much to write home about. I guess while we have a moment, we can do a couple of quick shout outs. We are still being sponsored by DXRacer, so if you want to check them out, feel free to. We also have the Ko-Fi link. If you want to support us directly, it'd be much appreciated. Gotta support grassroots StarCraft movements. So far, Siamek playing this pretty straight up. We got the probe at the front, making sure that Mixu doesn't just flood him with lings. We do have the Stargate opening for Siamek. I do apologize if I'm yawning into the microphone. Getting a little bit tired here. A handful of Zerglings will be popping in here. Oh, this is so cheeky coming from Mixu. Right before the Stalker even pops out. I'm pretty sure the Stalker's going to pop out regardless, but I think the Zerglings will still be able to take out the pylon for sure. Yep, Stalker does pop out, but the Zerglings will get the kill. And it looks like they're going to continue to be nuisances here for at least a second. Siamek rebuilding that pylon. Zerglings just now getting speed. They're also going across the map. Siamek will have an Oracle out here in a second. Actually, man, I really wish I knew now. I'm pretty sure Siamek was the type that went like 3-4 Oracles. Man, I feel so bad. I should have okay, yeah. We're getting multiple Oracles. Mixu keeping an eye out. Also seeing the Oracle is going to put down a couple of Spore Crawlers. These Zerglings have been just an absolute menace. Just like, I'm going to find every single spot where you don't have units, and I am going to nibble on it. More Zerglings are going to be streaming across the map here. Roach Warren on the way. Oracle's hanging back, just defending that third base, making sure that the Zerglings can't cancel it. You got to make sure the little ankle biters don't devalue the property. Next thing you know, they're going to be chewing on door frames, and realtors come in, and it's very annoying. See, like that. I was about to say is if Mixu doesn't get that pylon. It's like, honey, the damn dog actually chewed out an electrical outlet again. Now the entire foyer doesn't have any power. Going directly into charge. Charging Immortals. Going for very much a ground-centric army. Very, very sturdy army. Mixu, meanwhile, finally getting into layer tech, grabbing a Evo chamber. Siamek doing a pretty good job of picking some of these drones off. since Mixu was focusing more on getting out Zerglings instead of drones. Oh, actually, I'm sorry I missed this, but Mixu is actually going into Spire Tech again. With 5 gas. I always thought 5 gas was more of a like Hydralisk build type of thing. Either way. Baneling Nest, Spire, and a handful of roaches. Zymek kind of sticking to macroing up here. Gateway Explosion coming out. Are these oracles still continuing to get damage done? Oop. Take it back. One of them is not going to go home. Zymek's actually been doing a pretty good job of kind of keeping the worker counts even. And definitely getting a decent amount of scouting information out. But I don't think he actually spotted... Yeah, I didn't actually spot the Spire. Alright, Zymek going for the 3rd base. Definitely a far cry from the Photon Cannon Slugfest from the last game. Mixu grabbing a handful of Mutalisk to send Zymek's way. Zymek doesn't actually have much to deal with Mutalisk. So, okay, so it's going to spot the army. Actually, it does spot the Spire now, so should have some idea of what's coming. Is making Phoenix, yeah. Fortunately, it's going to lose the Oracle. It's a bit of a shame. I don't know if building Phoenix one at a time is going to help too much. Is grabbing a handful. Okay, so we're going full on CIA here. First Mutalisk popping up, just saying hello before the boys come in. Oh dear God, that one Stalker holding the line until he couldn't. And now there's Zerglings everywhere. And the Mutalisk are going to be tearing apart mineral lines. There's too much to cover. Probes are going down by the... I guess the ones right now. By the 10s, by the dozens. The Phoenix actually are able to clean up the Mutalisk for the most part, but at the same time, these Zerglings have just been absolutely ripping mineral lines apart. And there's even a roach attack here at the 4th base. Zymek is being stretched apart on all sides. Mixu literally punching from everywhere, just absolutely crushing whatever Zymek had left. Now Mixu is attacking into probably the most well-fortified position of Zymek. But I mean, the damage has been done. Nice force fields, managing to grab a couple of those roaches. Alright, Mutalisk still continuing to get damage done. We're at 30 workers killed now. That's absolutely upsetting. Zymek kind of sending out a Hail Mary play here with the Warp Prism. His economy has just been absolutely shattered, ripped to pieces. We have no more 4th base. We lost 35 workers at this point. More Zerglings are going to be streaming in. This is so unfortunate to see. Mixu absolutely playing this like a god. Zymek's main army continuing to try and clean up some of this creep. Man, that's a lot of Banelings. God, probes still going down. 42 at this point. Zymek now... The count just keeps going up. There's... Oh my god. The rest of Mixu's army is actually going to try and push in here once again. We do have a bit of a flank here from the Zealots, but it's not going to be really super effective. Banelings managed to land into the Archons. The Archons do a really good job of actually soaking up a lot of that damage. And it looks like Mixu's actually going to get pushed back here, which is a bit shocking. Only a handful of Archons left and an Immortal. But now the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Zymek's now sending out a raiding party of Zealots, taking out some of these outlying bases in this 4th base. I'm pretty sure that's a 4th base. The Zealots continuing to actually... Oh no, the Zealots actually did not do nearly as much damage as I thought. Only 3 workers went down during that. Mixu's still at a healthy 78. That looked promising at first, but unfortunately the Zealots really did not get too much damage done. Mixu setting up on all sides once again. It looks like we're going to have another run by plus another big attack into the third base. That's something I definitely appreciate about Mixu. Just the fact that he just hits everywhere at once. It's a very difficult concept to actually do. Mixu continuing to hit into the third base. And in fact, there was a run by into the natural. Looks like we're going to be losing a lot more probes once again. 20 have gone down so far. Xiamek tapping out. With 21 probes, Mixu taking the game. Well done to Mixu. It's just one of those moments where there's a little bit of calm. It seems like everybody's just kind of building up, and all of a sudden Mixu's just like, yeah, I put links like everywhere. You're like, what do you mean by everywhere? It's just like, yeah, there's literally, you have an infestation. Also, there's like shrimp in the sky or something. I don't know. That being said, let's go ahead and hop into game number 2. See if these two players decide to toss it up at all. We now find ourselves on Dragon Scales, spawning in the top left-hand side of the map with the blue Zerg pieces. Give it up for Mixu. And on the other side of the map with the red Protoss pieces, it is Xiamek. Fairly standard stuff once again. Yeah, fairly normal stuff coming out of both players again. I'm actually trying to think of another bit of like StarCraft 2 trivia that I can give while we wait for these two players to ramp up the production. Let me think. Here's one that I actually put on Reddit like sometime last year. So if you're playing the Heart of the Swarm campaign and you get to the last level and you go up to Mix's palace and there's 2 cannons on either side. So if you didn't know, in those cannons are actually ghost operatives. Like they're manned by Ghost. Which I thought was a really interesting. It's something I just never noticed before. What's another little fact? I guess for people, I imagine most people who played StarCraft 2 have played Brood War at some point, but in Brood War, the spawning pool actually has 3 pools in it. It's more of a spawning pools than a spawning pool. Stargate coming out as Xiamek once again. Let's see some more Oracle action. I gotta say, Xiamek does really good with the Oracle control. I'm actually shocked at the amount of damage he even managed to get to do versus Mixu. And it looks like the dogs are tearing apart some drywall again. I don't think Macy's gonna get the security deposit back on this base. Like that's actual damage there. Oracle's coming out in just a second for Xiamek. Oh, Mixer actually managing to pop one of the creep tumors. Denying that creep spread, always very important. Especially like the first like 1 or 2 tumors is can be kind of devastating to a Zerg player. Orc coming in. This third base will probably be pretty well defended, provided that Zymek is good at preserving the energy of the Oracle. Doesn't do it on anything too frivolous. Yeah, look at that. Waiting for... Actually, yeah, there we go. Mixu immediately backing off, trying to waste as much Oracle energy as possible. But Zymek does have another Oracle that can kind of fill in the gaps there. Should be good. Well done. Mixu kind of go for a similar build, but no Roach Warren this time. Just going straight into the Evo Chamber. Zymek grabbing the Twilight Council. I'm imagining we're going to go for that big kind of like ground pound army of CIA. Definitely a composition I appreciate. It's a very... I don't want to say simple. Like that, I feel like that undersells the value of it. Plus, you know, Zymek also adds in stuff like sentries, other spellcasters. I just use Charge Light Immortal Archon like a club. There's no finesse in anything I do as Protoss. Like if you give a Terran a hammer, all of his problems start to look like nails. I'm sorry, Roach Warren is coming up now. Doing some good work with the Oracles, managing to take out a couple of drones, but did lose one of them in the process. Do you have a third one coming up now to reinforce? Makes you kind of poking around with the Zerglings, seeing if there's any potential weak points in Zymek's game plan. Makes you immediately going into Infestation Pit. Really wanting to get into... I'm assuming we're just going straight to Hive Tech as quickly as possible. Interesting to do off of 66 drones, but I've seen crazier, I guess. Also, we're mining 6 gases. What actually is the plan here? Zymek coming in. Is he gonna spot? Kills a couple of drones, but doesn't spot the Infestation Pit. You gotta be joking me. Swarm Host? No way. No, you're pulling my damn leg. You're pulling my leg. Mixu is not about to go Swarm Host in this game. We're going Swarm Host, I guess. Okay. It's been a while since I've casted a game with Swarm Host in it, so I will try my best. Swarm Hosts are going to be moving across the map. I'm assuming he's just going to kind of throw them in here and see what kind of damage he can get done. I think at this point Zymek has actually spotted... Yeah, he has spotted it, but the question is, does he know what Mixu's trying to do with it? The Oracles are going to be coming back through this way. Actually, these Locusts might actually start hitting before. Yeah, okay. So we don't have an Artosis Pylon. Or we have an Artosis, a Tasteless, and I don't know, I guess a Todd. But it looks like it's not really going to matter. Good lord, Locust DPS is crazy. Alright, so a lot of the gateways have been depowered and a lot of pylons have been taken out. Oh no, I don't think you want to be putting them down here, Zymek. I think you want to be repowering. Okay, there you go. Zymek trying to chase down these the cause of the locust infestation. And look at that, Mixu once again setting up for a punch just hit everywhere. It looks like the Swarmos are actually going to be caught by these handful of Stalkers. No? Okay. Never mind. Makes you going for +2 and a lot more roaches. It seems that... Really? Okay. Alright. Makes you trying to engage into the third base of Zyamech. And it looks like these Locusts are going to be adding a lot of DPS here. The Colossi immediately get sniped down. Good lord almighty. Just absolutely shredding everything here. A couple of Colossi do come in from the back. I mean, this definitely isn't the most successful attack. Oh my god, where did the 14 probes go down? Oh, these guys have been absolutely busy. Alright. Zyamech missing a lot of workers all of a sudden. Stormhost got away. Oh my goodness. Mixu now also going for Dropper Lords too. Oh my goodness. Zyamech deep in enemy territory at this point, but Mixu has other plans. Oh, actually Zyamech catches it. Maybe just in time? Yeah, just in time. But his army is being caught out on the field. Colossi are going to be taken out. Oh, this Swarm Host flank is such a meme. Where are you guys going? Unfortunately, it looks like Zyamech's army is actually going to be taken out. He's actually doing a pretty good job of saving that Colossus, though. There it goes. Finally goes down. Swarm Host continuing to kind of chill while the Locusts do their job. Oh my god, the probes are just falling so quickly. Things are looking rather grim here for Zyamech. Trying to reestablish, or establish a fourth base, I should say. These Swarm Hosts are just idiots. They're just standing around doing nothing at this point. But it looks like Zyamech is going to collapse in on this again. Oh, loses the third base. Very unfortunate. Another Nidus Canal just popped, and the Swarm Hosts are back at it. It looks like the Pylons are going to be taken out once again. On the other side, it looks the Roaches are taking out the fourth base. This Oracle trying its best to make something happen here. Another Swarm Host, or another Nidus. There's a lot of stuff going on, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Congratulations to Mixu. Taking the winners the winner series, and we will be moving on to the lower. All right, Gref gets the walkover for the lower. It's like Silky never actually responded. So we will be hopping into the final match of today, our decider for Group C. This will be Gref versus Zyamech, a PvP. More PvP action. I can't... I don't know what I want from this match. I don't know. Because I know Zyamech prefers to play straight up, but Gref might have other plans for this match. Speaking of which, we find ourselves on Ancient Cistern, spawning in the top right-hand corner, representing Hasu. It is Gref. And on the other side of the map, representing Blazer, it is Zyamech. So maybe I'm... Oh, please do a cannon rush. I actually don't know if Gref is a like dedicated cannon rusher or not. This is going to say it all. Let's go. Gref, a certified cannon rush memer. What a Chad. In fairness, this is how I play a lot of my PvPs too. I tend to just cannon rush. Zyamech is going to spot this coming in, though. Does get a couple of hits on the probe. He's going to pull another probe to deal with the yellow one. Gref actually taking a couple of hits on the probe, which isn't super great. Puts down a pylon there. Oh yeah, it's gonna get the full wall here. Very well done. Nicely done by Gref, getting the full wall in the back of the mineral line. But Zymek is doing a little bit of patrol micro here just to make sure that Gref can't actually put down cannons here. There is going to be a spot here that he's going to be able to break into. Or not break into, but put some cannons down. Unfortunately, it looks like this probe's going to pay for putting down the cannons with its life. There is another probe coming in here, though. This cannon is not actually going to be able to get tapped. This one's going to be pretty heavily damaged by the time it finishes up. Oh my god, Gref blocking in a lot of... Actually, no. I thought he blocked in a whole bunch of probes in there, but he's not. Zymek doing a pretty good job of busting down a lot of these cannons, but it looks like Gref found another potential weak spot within Zymek's own structure planning. Gref still putting down buildings where he can. Where are the... Do we have any more yellow probes in here? I don't think we do. But this cannon is going to finish up. It's going to start tapping away at some of these units, starting with the Zealot. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call, but... Actually, maybe it is. So now, Gref going after Zymek's pylon. Zymek trying to chrono out a Stalker as quickly as possible. I don't know if it's even going to matter at this point, though. Stalker, or Zealot does pop out. Alright, what is Zymek's plan from this point? Because this mineral line has been... you can't do anything with that mineral line anymore. GG's going to be called. Gref takes game 1 with a cheeky little cannon rush. That's really well done by Gref. Alright, game 2. We'll see if Gref continues the trend of cannon rushing. And we'll see if Zymek is up to task. It's so exciting to find like certified cannon rushers. Alright. Spawning in the top right hand side of Royal Blood, up 1 game in this decider match. It is Gref. And on the other side of the map, fighting for his tournament life, give it up for Zymek. Gref, a certified Giga Chad of a cannon rusher, sending out another probe. Let's see if Zymek actually changes up or switches it up. He's going to put a probe here at the front. I think he did that first game too and spotted the probe coming in. First probe is going to be coming in. Zymek intercepts. Does get a tap off. That was a really nice pylon block there. Little body block. But there are a couple of probes in hot pursuit. It looks like this time Gref isn't going to be able to get enough space in between the probes. Oh, Zymek. Oh, actually, Zymek got baited. Once again, we have a nice little space for a cannon. Nice little, what the hell is this called? This is like, if you put down a... If you put down a building and there's not enough space for the probe, they just kind of jump outside to the next nearest space. You're not going to put down another cannon here. This is crazy. Gref doing the double cannon wall. Now that being said, this cannon might have some issues getting up. Alright, pylon, or the photon cannon is up. These probes are trying their damnedest just to fall the cannon and get into this wall before this cannon finishes up. Gref continuing to be a menace with this probe. This cannon will fall, but there's still a lot of work to be done before you can even get to this cannon. Looks like one of Gref's probes was taken out, but the second one is coming in. Actually, a third one. The cannon. Oh my god. Again. And the pop out too. Zymek. Oh, Gref takes game 2. Man, that was actually a really sick cannon rush. there were like little kind of like pylon body blocks once he got enough space in between probes. There was a really nice bait there where he managed to kind of get into the optimal wall off position. The double wall, like popping out of buildings, that was sick from Gref. So with that, Gref will be moving on to group stage 2. And unfortunately, or I hope we see Zymek again in the future. Really well done. All right, and with that, that catches us up for the week. Got through the winners and deciders of Group A and finished out Group B and C. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out today. It is very much appreciated. Sniper, if you're around, you can figure out who we're going to raid today. Before we hop off for the day, just remember we do have a sponsor from DXRacer. You can use the promo code or the link. Definitely check out our Ko-Fi page if you want to support the tournament directly. It'd be much appreciated. Oh, we're going to take. Oh, that's right. Isn't Home Store Cup on? Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Once again, thank you to Sniper for allowing me to cast. It's always a pleasure and a lot of fun. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys next week for some more StarCraft 2 action.